opponents are going to be throwing. The intensity will be high, and these two will be ready to write another chapter in their storied rivalry. Welcome to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. It's the Georgia Bulldogs and the Florida Gators. Reese Davis along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. We'll hear from Holly Rowe in a bit down on the sideline. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Both of you guys played in this rivalry. Jesse, what's your most impactful memory?
My senior year, 1st and 1 on the goal line. And the Bulldogs had Marcus Stroud and Richard Seymour, 2 first-round picks at D-tackle. Coach Spurrier called Red Snoopy, which was a quarterback sneak. I didn't get it. He called it again on 2nd down. I didn't get it. He called it again on 3rd down. I didn't get it. On 4th down, he subbed our running back who came in the huddle and says, Red Snoopy, jump over the top, idiot. And we scored a touchdown.
That is great. That is phenomenal.
Jones wants to throw it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. The Gators are going to call their first timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Punt is in the air on 4th down. And they'll just down it right there.
And these punt returners want to make big plays, but man, oh man, did he make a big mistake. Flipping the field position, defense flying in on him, and he did not secure the football in that play.
They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Good surge up front, give him 4 out to the 18.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Kept the last one on the ground, now they'll throw. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete. Let's see what they have in the bag on 3rd and short from their own 18. These corners going to give them some space. He unleashes a long one. He's got it along the sideline. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
Obviously, massive play by the offense, picking up a big 1st down on an explosive. But, David, 3rd down defense, it's one thing to allow a 1st down, but you've got to make tackles. And you can't give up explosive plays like that. At the end of the day, it's all going to come down to fundamentals. And, you know, that is driving their defensive coaching staff crazy.
It's so frustrating. You want to be great on those boxes, right? You want to check those 3rd downs. You don't want to give up explosives. Well, you just did 2 and 1. That's not good for this defense, right? They've got to control that 3rd down a little bit better. They got to snatch some momentum back. And you got to tackle that, man. You got some opportunities to get guys on the ground. You've got to accomplish the mission.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Handoff for Frazier. Turning it on. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Bulldog. Rolled his way into the end zone.
And that is exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it, and you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Palmer, there's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed, and that guy takes off, erases some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the second level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different, and now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the second level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now in this defense to tackle.
Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Quarterback just threw that one wide. Might have been bothered that the defender was going to try to undercut that route and pick it off.
Yeah, and those out routes, remember, you're throwing all the way towards the sideline, so it's a longer throw. And you're right, if you miss short, Reese, that DB gets to take it, collect it, and go back to the house the other direction. So you definitely want to miss long. I just wouldn't say that one.
Run ends there.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
They punted on their opening drive, and now they need a third down conversion to avoid punt. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
Yeah, it's nice to have guys like this on third down, on money downs that you can go to, and you know he's going to hit the gas, hit the brakes, create a little bit of separation. Nice job.
They'll run out of the gun with Jaden Ball. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Jones to throw. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go.
And I like the bounce back for this offense. You go 3 and out, they don't get frustrated. They don't get down. Nice job going back to the drawing board, creating some good plays. Now here in a rhythm, moving the football.
Looking down the middle. Over the middle, complete to Wilson. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
And man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Ball's at the 22. Third and short coming. Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? They'll try to get the first through the air. Out wide right, it's Mays. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
And we always go back and we look like, what was the play of the game? Those moments that were so big, that was huge for this offense, man. Already trailing in the football game, third down and long situation to get that conversion and now get first and goal. A chance to cut into this lead. Really nice, big, opportunistic, timely play for this offense.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on second.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. This quarterback part of their running game. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Gator!
That's That's a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. It didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. The defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. At the 40, there he goes. Running wide open down the gut of the field. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way. He knocked it right down the middle. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Left side is Singleton. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
Nice pitch and catch there from QB to wide receiver. Great job. An out route is all about timing. 1, 2, 3, boom, break out, throw it to him right now. Great pitch, great catch.
And he runs through 1 tackle and picks up a few.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
These offensive scripts on both sides have been masterpieces as they are going up and down the field in the first. Wide receiver going in motion. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Fires quickly. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
And it's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and they're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you could do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Handoff for Ball. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. They want to run this quarterback. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Right side, it's Brown. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distance.
Intercepted! intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. Here comes the Georgia offense, ready to go on the attack. Let's send the tight end in motion. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Oh, he's got some space. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats.
You know, in the modern era of college football, with everybody throwing it, it becomes harder and harder for running backs to put up big-time numbers. With that last carry, though, this guy's got 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
And the Bulldogs just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Looking to throw, it's Stockton. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
That is a really good-looking throw. And you think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks at Georgia. Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. When you see throws like that, he makes you believe that he can step up and lead this team to yet another natty.
Offense gets set for second down. Motion from the wideout. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. A senior defensive tackle being looked at by medical personnel. Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on how he's doing. 3rd and short from the 22. Is the field goal unit getting ready, or is this already 4-down territory? Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Finds his big tight end. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
Well, a field goal kicker can step away from the net and go sit down, grab some water. They're not going to need him just quite yet. That was a great play call. Throwing the ball on 3rd and short in field goal range. They get the completion, now setting up 1st and goal.
The Dogs line it up with a 1st and goal. Tells the run, wants to pass. Trying to ball his way in. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Abrams. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46.
Yeah, I think if you're on offense right now, you're thinking, I don't know if our defense can stop them. They couldn't do it the last drive out. We're down a lot on the scoreboard right now, so we need to score touchdowns every time we have the ball. That was a big play for them, but they got to cap this thing off.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Jones wants to throw it. Out wide left, it's Singleton. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. And the Gators have it with a 1st and 10. Hits inside, it's Pryor.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Trying to do it himself. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
Quarterback will keep it. And that'll not only be a first down, it'll be 1st and goal from the 7.
And I'm not surprised with the run, and I'm not going to be surprised if they run it again, right? This offense now set up. They put a drive together, 1st and goal. Who can be more physical? The line of scrimmage is critically important when the field starts to shrink. Let's see who can bow up and make a play here.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. They'll give it to Ball. Looking for the end zone. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Florida.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Enough to move the chains. Racing down the left side. The 30. Inside the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. His big game continues. 3 touchdowns in this one, and now 15 for the year. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Jones to throw. Out wide right, it's Ball. Shakes a man, and he might take off. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Fresh center downs going to the air. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
And good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The snap wants to throw to start this drive. Keeping his eyes downfield. And the defense forced the quarterback out of bounds before he could get rid of it. Had to take the loss.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Sets his feet. It's Stockton. He's not afraid to go deep. Catch and stride inside the 15. Touchdown, Bulldogs. A great catch and run for 6. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
But we know, David, talking to the coaches before the game, they wanted to get this guy involved. Weren't able to do it early, but they saw the matchup, took advantage of his speed, and it's a long touchdown.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes a minute to figure out what the defense is doing, but then now you figure it out, and now you go to your go-to guy. He has all the speed, man. He can win outside. You want to play man-to-man coverage on him? You want to leave him on an island? It's not going to turn out well.
I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. First play of this drive. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
Quickly to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Now facing 3rd and short from their own 17. They'll run out of the gun with Jaden Ball. Makes the play in the backfield again, and the defense can use a timeout and get the ball back here. Timeout called by the Bulldogs. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Gators will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He gets a block. Wide open, and it's a foot race. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Short gain on that run as the clock winds down here late in the half. Just enough time to get off one more snap. Back to pass on 2nd down. That one comes out hot down the right side. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. As the Gators head for the locker room by the watchful eye, that Bull Gator head. Let's check in with Kevin Connors at the half.
Guys, Week 9, kind of a week where we separate the pretenders from the contenders here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with San Diego State taking on the number 21 team, the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there.
And it's the Aztecs with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense.
And this one gets them to 5 wins on the year, which isn't cause for a campus-wide celebration, but it's proof the coaching staff is getting through to this team. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Rush right in his face. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. Still 3rd down, but a little less manageable after that penalty. Scanning the field, it's Stockton. Look out! Looking for a huge play. He hauls it in, and nobody's close. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds.
And that's perfect for this offense. Backed up towards your own end zone, make a play to create space, get some momentum going on this drive. Just what the offense needed to start this thing.
Here's a give to Frazier. There he goes. He's got the 1st down. He is in. Touchdown, Dogs. There is little the Dogs enjoy more than sticking it to the Gators, and boy, are they doing it right now.
Yeah, taking care of business. And listen, Georgia prides itself on being a physical unit. Every year, they're going to just pound you and bludgeon you. And Florida has had no response, just like in the last several games in this series. Georgia's just, they got the upper hand.
Georgia's always had talented teams. Certainly, they were very talented back in the day when I played them. The program was in a great place. But because of recent success, they're just at a different level now.
And the ball's free, deep in his own territory. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Very rarely do you have a play on defense where you've got 30 yards head of steam built up to come make a collision. On kickoff and kickoff return, you do. And a lot of times you see big sticks and fumbles happen as a result.
Looking for the edge. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And the defense did everything right against that option play. They got to the quarterback. They forced him to keep it. Not only do they create the fumble, but they jump on it behind the line of scrimmage. That is just perfect option defense.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Throws to the wideout. It's a fumble on the play. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls off.
A run for the quarterback. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying it and have had very little success. 2nd and long here. Jones wants to throw it. Left side is Singleton. He's down right there. Short gain on the grab.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Changing the routes with his receivers. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Second down, gonna throw it. He's got it down the middle. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down.
Man, this quarterback's got a short-term memory, boy. After the interception on the last drive, that looked so ugly, but he's come out and he's been able to turn the page. 4 for 4 now on this drive, throwing it. He's got himself right back in, locked in a really, really nice rhythm. I don't think you have anything to worry about if you're the head coach looking at your quarterback, seeing how he's responded to that mistake on the last drive.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Ball again. Breaks into the open. He breaks a tackle. Explosive run into the red zone. He's out of bounds at the 16.
You know, it looks like they just flip the ball and everything just magically works. You know why this toss to the left works? Because the wide receivers block. You know, I know you don't say that very often. Most of the time they want to run out, you know, get the glory, catch the ball, but they got to do a good job of blocking. When you toss it on the perimeter, those guys are pivotal for this play to have success. Really good job blocking on the perimeter.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front, establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Direct snap. It's ball. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Snap to the back. Oh, pressure's coming. Defense was not fooled for a second, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I thought the game plan has been so good by this defense, man. They know exactly who his go-to guy is out wide, and they're doing a great job of mixing up coverage, taking that away. Listen, this QB doesn't have to go to him, and that's why I think you look next. Who's your next best playmaker that can make something happen for you? Maybe go find him, because they're locked in on that star out wide.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He's out of bounds at the 24, probably looking for a little more on that return, but that's where his offense will go to work. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Out wide left, it's Humphries. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. And the Dogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
And it's been fun to watch them feature this guy. Like, they understand they can run the football. They understand how good he is, and just they've owned the line of scrimmage. They've sprinkled in some pass. Like, this offense has done a really good job staying balanced, but featuring one of their better players.
Right side, it's Humphries.
Complete some of these hitch throws early. You're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that. And then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Handoff for Frazier. Turning it on. At the 30. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20.
Man, sometimes it just gets frustrating, and you've just been beat down all day. This defense hasn't had answers, but now you can't let them run the football and just run it down your throat and be physical. This defense has to do something different and find a way to make something happen.
The Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. Sells the run, looking to pass. Rolls right. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
One of the things I love about Brulegs, the former quarterback, is it's sort of a run-pass option yourself, right? You're given the choice and the freedom out in space to just do what the defense is not ready for. And that time, everybody covered in the back end, but no one there accounting for the quarterback. So go get as many yards as you can. Nice job.
Selling the fake. Flush to the left. Touchdown, Bulldog! And they take it in more points.
Well, they've been calling his number, running the ball a lot on this drive, Dave. That's an outstanding run right there. But whether it's designed or whether it's off script scrambling around, this defense can't find a way to corral this guy. And if I was on offense, I'd keep letting him do this.
Yeah, and the annoying thing is, man, the quarterback gets the ball every single play. They snap it to him. He can throw it. He can scramble. He can run. So really just opens up the whole field is at his mercy. And this defense right now, not finding a lot of answers. They've got to do something to stop this quarterback.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Abrams. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Looks as if he's going to run it. It's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And, man, that is exactly what you want to do. When the quarterback runs the football, you want to be physical. You want him to feel you. You want to make sure you land on top of him, hit him hard. This defense, very physical. Get the football out, force the fumble, get the big play for the defense.
Here's a give to Frazier. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
And, guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Fires to the wideout. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Into the end zone for 6. They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. We've got to execute, we've got to lock in.
After the productive first down play at 2nd and 6. Jones to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Couldn't set his feet.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there. The Gators line up to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. Fires to the tight end. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware. But
Found a seam on the left. Knocked out of bounds at the 7-yard line. The big run's going to make it 1st and goal.
Great execution by this offense. The running game coming through, perfect fashion, breaks the big run, finishes inside the 10.
And they do a great job of blocking downfield with their wide receivers, too. And all of a sudden now, this offense knocking on the door.
Here's Nate Frazier. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. He scores for the 5th time in this game.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Last drive was a quick 3 and out, and now time is even more of a factor to get something going. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Jones wants to throw it. Fires to the wideout. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
In this moment of the game, late, you need your quarterback to be playing his best football. This is when you need him to be the most accurate and to make the best decisions, and he has not yet completed a throw here in the 4th quarter. That is bad news for this offense.
Out wide right, it's Brown. It's a game of 1st downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
One of the things you love about this running back is his physicality. He's got great size, and because of that, he can wear defenses down. Those 2-, 3-, and 4-yard gains in the 1st and 2nd quarter, they become big gains late. Guys don't want to tackle him, and you're seeing that now.
Zings it complete to the right. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the 1st down. They'll mark it right at midfield.
When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing game. You saw why there.
They forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. From the gun, looking for a man. Unloads to the right. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the 1st down.
And a lot of times in football, man, the short memory, we usually talk about the quarterback, but sometimes it's the running back who puts it on the deck. Sometimes it's your playmaker out wide who puts the ball on the deck, but that doesn't mean you abandon him. You come back to him, let him make plays. Nice job making the catch, and I still expect him to be a big part of this football game.
He stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. And the Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. Here's a give the ball. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Jones to throw. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell. They were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game tonight.
He's got the back in the middle. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the...
And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the fourth down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Gets away. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you can try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points on the scoreboard.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
Frazier again. Oh, he's got some space. Crosses midfield. At the 30. He's at the 10. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense. And they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. He'll bring it out. It's Abrams. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. He's changing the play. Jones wants to throw it. And the completion to the sideline, a solid pickup, but not enough for the first down.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
Off-play action. Throws to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in? Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out their QB1.
The Gators are going to call their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Second down, going to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Caught, it's Brown. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line. They'll use a timeout with 26 seconds left on the clock. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Fresh set of downs going up top. Throwing right. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
Jones to throw. He's got an open man. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The offense uses a timeout. 15 seconds left to play.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field to score a touchdown on that last drive, and you can see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Second down to the air. Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. On target over the middle. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. Another chapter of this rivalry in the books, and this one goes